Day 3. The city says the infected hunt the living. But here, in Dusun Lembah Watu, the fog came first. And in this village, we have always known the fog does not come without reason. I am Rendra Kusuma, an anthropologist. I study the stories people tell about death. I never imagined I would have to survive one. Dusun Lembah Watu. 212 souls. One road in, one road out. No signal. 3 days ago, a traveler arrived sick. By dawn, 7 were dead. By the second night, the fog appeared. Not in 40 years of history. The elders call it KABUT MERAH, the fog of restless spirits. My mother called me. Rendra, pulang. KABUT. We haven't spoken in 15 years. I drove 8 hours, only to find silence. No mother. No villagers. Just the fog moving. It wasn't like the stories. They didn't run. They didn't hunt. They just waited. I kept my recorder running. If this was the end, at least someone would know the truth. I followed one of them. A woman in a faded kabaya. She walked to the banyan tree at the village center. She sat beneath the roots, and she began to speak. Not screaming. Speaking in high, ritual Javanese. Her lips moved, forming spiral patterns in the cold air. I couldn't hear a sound, yet it felt sacred. It was a lament, a ritual of mourning. She was listing names, and with each name, something in the fog stopped. I have spent years studying death across Java. I had never seen a lament actually work. Until now. Then she said a name I recognized. My mother's name. My skepticism simply shattered. From the edge of the fog, a figure moved toward me. I knew that walk. Slow. Left foot slightly inward. It was the same walk she's had since the accident in 1987. Every instinct told me to run. I didn't. I stood my ground. My hands were shaking, but I stayed. I had to know. I said her name back. I forgot the recorder. I forgot the science. I was just a son, calling out for his mother. She stopped 2 meters away. I could see her face, my mother's face, eyes open, looking straight at me. She said nothing. She only extended her hand, palm up, the same way she asked me to say goodbye. I studied death rituals for years. I know what to do when logic fails. You follow the form. You respect the structure. I reached out. Her hand was cold, but it was her hand. The same hand I have known my entire life. Then she spoke. Plain Indonesian, clear and calm. The fog will lift when the lament is complete. Help her finish it. She released my hand and walked back into the fog. I watched until she vanished completely. I walked to the banyan tree. The old woman was waiting. I knew what I had to do. I had to say their names. I had to give voice to 64 people, to help them finish their lament, to help them rest. I sat beside her. I pulled my recorder close, and I began to speak, not as a scientist, but as a witness. 64 names. People I had interviewed 15 years ago. I remembered every one, name by name. The farmer, the teacher, the child who loved fireflies. One by one, the fog began to thin. Each name brought peace, a closing of a chapter. 15 years in the making. I was saying goodbye. As the last name left my lips, the fog finally broke. The dawn was coming, cold and gray. The old woman reached out and touched my shoulder. A final sign. It was done. She stood slowly, leaned against the tree, and closed her eyes. Finally, she could rest. The fog was gone. The sky turned gray. And there, on the steps, my mother, alive, breathing. She opened her eyes, looked at me, and said, "Kamu telah, Rendra. You're late, Rendra." I sat beside her. I didn't touch her, not yet. I just pressed play on my recorder. Together, we listened to the names. The sound of a village being remembered. Battery, 4%. Some data doesn't fit any framework. That doesn't make it less real. It makes it more important. A story about memory, the dead, and the names we owe them. KABUT MERAH.